we just covered hack 6, the first part of it, which is the easy part was thumbs up, thumbs down, or neutral for your daily grind task, your maintenance task that you need to do to keep your whole body working in the physical realm. That's what we talked about in the last section. And we saved one for today, which is the nuclear option. You say, well, what is the nuclear option and why do I need to know about it? Well, sometimes in life, your situation has become intolerable. It could be a job that you can't stand anymore, or it could be a relationship. Maybe you're in an abusive relationship or a long-term relationship that has turned sour. In any event, it's some situation that you say, no, I can't stop doing this. I can't, just stop it like this today. I can't reframe it. I can't outsource it. I've got to blow it up and start over. That's going to happen to you at least once or twice in your life when you have to exercise the nuclear option in your daily grind to change your situation for the better. And you say, well, do you recommend that, Mackieman? Well, typically I say let's be cautious about blowing things up with the nuclear option because, first of all, we're dealing with mayhem with the misfits. And then there's a law I haven't mentioned before called the law of unintended consequences, where things don't always turn out like they were supposed to. So we need to be cautious about the nuclear option, but sometimes you have to blow things up. And let's think of one or two examples, okay? Maybe you're a high achiever. Maybe you get up in the morning, crack of dawn, study before breakfast, go to school, do everything you need to do, get A's, play sports or music and dance after school, and you get home from that and grind on homework until you go to bed, and the next day you get up and do it again. You say, well, why are you doing this? Well, I have to get into Harvard or Yale, or otherwise I'll disappoint my family and I'll be a failure and my whole life will be worthless. Another example that somebody have is if you're in an abusive relationship, let's say your husband, for the sake of discussion, turns out to be, he's cheating on you, he gets drunk and he gets violent, or he gets abusive, he's not helping out with the money, or he's basically controlling all the money and not letting you have any of it, so that you feel like, hey, I'm stuck in this relationship with this asshole, and I've got these 2 kids I'm in charge of, and I'm miserable. I got to blow this up somehow, and I don't know what to do. So there are situations where you have to blow things up. First thing I'd like you to do before you blow it up is say, is there anything I can do short of blowing it up that will help make the situation more manageable? Does the student who's dying from their daily grind really have to drop out of school? No, they could maybe make some adjustments and say, okay, I'm not going to play as many sports, or I'm not going to get all A's. I'm not going to go to Harvard. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to do something with my life that enhances my life force. And hey, I'll get a couple of B's in subjects that I don't care that much about. But if I'm really interested in being a scientist, I'll get good grades in my science class, and I'll take it a little bit easy on the language and the liberal arts stuff. So you make some compromises. But the person who's in the abusive relationship, they've got to blow it up. And the key issue on blowing up things with the nuclear option is you cannot do them impulsively. You have to do it according to a plan.
You must devote your increased life force to planning and executing your transformation. In the famous words of Stephen Covey, the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, begin with the end in mind. Decide what you want your situation to be in, say, 2 or 3 years. Paint your ideal picture in as much detail as possible. Sketch out your first thoughts on everything that has to happen between now and then. List your resources and possible allies. Write down annual and monthly goals and ideas for achieving them. Be strategic. The process should take you at least a few hours. Even if it takes a month, it's worth it.
It's better to blow something up in slow motion, in other words, than it is to blow it up all at once. Okay, so let's say that this woman is stuck in this terrible situation. She has to do some research on her own time on how to get out of an abusive relationship. She has to find some support structures that can help her so that she can move out according to a plan where she has some safety around it. Okay, and that might take a month, it might take a year. But as long as she's working the plan to get out sensibly, it's going to be a lot better. So I'm inviting you anytime you want to blow something up. Let's say I want to go in today. Boss is an asshole. I'm going to go into work and tell him he's an asshole and he can shove this job up his puckered old arse. I'm doing that today because Mackieman told me I have to get some thumbs up things going here and this is thumbs down. I say, okay, I did say that and you do. However, I don't want you to go in there and blow it up today and come home and have no job and start worrying about your money. Because we have to maintain the body in the physical realm. So instead, what I'm inviting you to do is think about this. Okay, who do I want to be in relation to this shitty job? I want to be somebody who gets a better job. Okay, how am I going to do that? And you say to yourself, I'm going to take 6 months or even 3 months, and I'm going to research what I can do with my current skills that's a better situation, and then what I can do to enhance my skills. So let's say that you're somebody who dropped out of school and you're working a dead-end job in a fast food restaurant and you're pushing 30 and you're going, oh my God, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with no skills working at McDonald's. Maybe I want to be a manager, but that's about it, right? I'm stuck. There's no point in living. You say, oh, everything I did in my past made me a loser and now it's hopeless for me. Actually, it's not. It may be harder than somebody who's got, born with a silver spoon in their mouth and has every opportunity given to them. But from wherever you are, you can blow up the situation and create a better one if you have a bit of a plan and a strategy. So say to yourself, okay, I'm working at McDonald's. I work out maybe 8 hours a day or some other fast food place. I'm working 8 hours a day at Walmart. I don't want to do that anymore. What am I going to do? Say I'm going to spend 2 hours a day figuring out some other things I can do. Maybe it's a side hustle. Or maybe it's taking some online courses and learning something that you could do. Or maybe it's you say, well, I think maybe I'll go into sales. Salespeople can make a lot of money, but I don't know anything about sales. There's all kinds of courses, many of which are free online, to learn just about anything you need to do, as long as you have a plan and you work your plan. I think working a plan is a thumbs up activity because it increases your life force to put in that time every day to move in a direction that gets you out of where you're stuck. Okay, that's all. So that's the main issue with the nuclear option is, blow things up. You're going to do it at least once or twice in your life, but do it according to a plan and give yourself a runway. Say I want to take a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, however long it takes, you're on this ramp. Your life's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 to 100 years. So give yourself a little bit of a runway to implement the nuclear option. So what's the purpose of all this in the daily grind that we're talking about, how we change our unpleasant tasks and how we blow up our situation if we have to? The goal is obviously to raise your life force like everything else we're doing here, and maybe create a little bit of time every day for you to have some fun and do something that restores your life force. It's recreation. Okay, can you actually carve out, say I'm going to carve out, even if I'm in the nuclear option, I'm blowing something up, according to my plan, can you still carve out 30 minutes to an hour a day for fun, just for something that makes you feel good because you just did it? I mean, I have a program, Simply Piano. I'm learning to play the piano. I'm 71 years old. I suck at the piano, but I like doing it. So every day I spend 30 minutes getting slayed by that keyboard because it's fun for me. So I want you to find something that you enjoy doing. Okay? That's the main part of Hack 6, to free up some time from maintenance issues to give you a chance to control what you do with most of your day and have some time for fun. That's all there is to the daily grind. I hope you can get some thumbs up activities going.